Hey y'all, welcome back to Roads Less Traveled. Today I want to talk about my Lone Wolf Custom Gear Ambush saddle hunting platform, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and the reason why I'm going to sell it. Alright guys, I've had this platform for somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 years. I've hunted with it quite a bit, but not near as much as I thought I would. I've used it enough at this point. I think I can give a really good, honest review about what I like, what I don't like, and the reason why it's just not suited for the way that I want to hunt. First off, I've got it in the packed up configuration here with Lone Wolf Custom Gear double step sticks. These are the 17-inch sticks. And I really like these sticks. And I like the way that it packs up. This thing packs up really well. You can tell I've got it nested in these little holes down here by the teeth. And then it kind of sits in the standoff bracket, and the rest of it hangs out above the top. It makes a really nice tight package that doesn't rattle, doesn't move, and I've packed it like this with up to 4 sticks. I've only got 1 stick on here now just for demonstration purposes, but I like the way it packs as far as, you know, being a system. However, there are some issues with this. First off, my idea with packing this when I bought this was to pack it this way with the double step sticks and then run the backpack straps on the ambush platform. While I like the weight, these sticks in this configuration, when you get it packed, just doesn't work out well for the backpack straps. First off, if you pack it with the teeth down and the standoffs up, when it's on your back, what ends up happening is these really sharp teeth right here on the bottom end up being around your waistline, and they bite into like my skin. It pinches and it hurts. It kind of pushes against my belt, so I don't like it in that configuration. And also the top of this standoff ends up scratching your back. It doesn't work well like that. So I've flipped it over before and run it like this with the backpack straps. Well, it's kind of the same thing. You end up, it's not as bad on the upper part like this, but you end up with this bottom standoff on these 17-inch sticks digging into your rear. And it's just really annoying to me. So because of that, I ended up taking the backpack straps off. And then I ran this just strapped to regular backpack. Now I've had backpacks where I've strapped it on the front, put my sticks on the side. I tried running a Mystery Ranch pop-up for a while with the platform and sticks on the inside, and that system just didn't work out for me. There's too many moving parts, too many buckles I had to undo and take apart every single time I'd use it. And it was really frustrating for me. So, because of that, I ended up not carrying this thing a whole lot. Let's get it unpacked here. Alright, so here we are unpacked. And like I said, this is a very large platform. I don't know exactly the specs offhand, but it weighs almost 5 pounds. I think it's 4 pounds 13 ounces without the buckle. So for a saddle platform, it's a chunk. Now you get a lot of room, which is great. But I also have the Lone Wolf Custom Gear 0.5, and the 0.5 only weighs a little over 5 pounds. So there's not a lot of weight difference between this large platform and the 0.5. Because of that, I found myself always carrying the 0.5. I mean, you're not carrying a lot more weight, but you get a lot more platform room, and you have the ability to sit down and use that seat as like a bench. This thing's also a little bit noisy. You can see I've got some silencing stealth strips on there, but honestly I need a lot more. It's just That's great quality, but this material is noisy. You can see my double step sticks. I have them decked out top to bottom with stealth strips, but just listen to this. It has a very distinct ringing vibration noise, and the .5 is the same way, but I have it a lot more silent. So that's really not a pro or con. That's just, you know, part of the type of material. You really need to cover them in stealth strips like this one if you're going to use it a lot. Let's get this thing on a tree, and I'll kind of show you how that works. So the easiest way to start with this is to have your cam buckle strap a little bit short. And as you pass it around the tree, you push the button to let more out. That way you don't end up with a whole bunch of extra, because it's pretty hard to cinch it up when you're up in the tree. So I'm just going to kind of feed it around and let out just as much as I want, keeping it kind of tight as I go. When I get to this point, I'm ready to hook it. I don't have any more out than I need, and I can just cinch it on up like that. So to set this platform, I don't want to bend it down, just like any other platform. It's not fancy. I mean, it's no different than your platform. Tighten it up a little bit. And for this one, I find that if you just kind of pull up a little bit and then set it down, it bites really well. Now, with this being such a large platform, you end up having a lot of leverage out here on the sides. So it's really important that you get a good bite when you get it bit to the tree. But once you do, it does get pretty solid. Then I'm up here on the platform. When I get out on this edge, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it is actually kind of coming away from that tree a little bit. And that's just because of the amount of leverage you're putting on it. When you're in your saddle and you start putting a whole bunch of side pressure on it, you leverage it down, it does have a tendency to move, and you can get it to kick out. That's just because of the amount of leverage you have. You almost need to tighten it again after you've been up here, and you can do that by standing on it, picking up and doing a kind of a toe hook, which I'm not going to do now. That's just something to keep in mind. When you have this much leverage on a platform, it's going to separate from the tree and have a little more room than smaller platforms. So let's just talk about it for a second. I think this is a very quality, high-made product, but I don't think it's for everyone. If you've got a .5 or a tree stand you're running as a hybrid setup, there's no point for this, in my opinion. Now, if you're a saddle hunting guy, you're new into saddle hunting, and you want a large saddle platform without going the hybrid route, then yeah, this is for you. This platform is big enough that for the new guy, you can stand up and you can spin around, make your offside shot. I think it makes that transition from tree stand to saddle hunting really easy. If you're an ultra lightweight, minimalist type person, like I am 90% of the time, you're not going to like this. It's too big, it's too bulky, it's too much to try to fit on your pack. You know, for me, my evolution into saddle hunting, I've gone from, you know, big platforms to smaller and wider. Last year I hunted primarily off top of a one stick. Now I love that because it's lightweight, it's easy to use, it's simple. Now there is still a place for larger platforms like this. You know, you can get a lot more comfort for longer hunts. But for me, the .5 is a much better option than this is in those situations. You're only adding just a little bit of weight, less than a pound, but you get a much larger platform, you get much more versatility, much more comfort. It's just a much better all-around system, in my opinion. When I purchased this, tell you how long ago it's been, Lone Wolf Custom Gear hadn't come out with their fixed saddle platform yet. Looking back, if I'd have waited and bought the fixed instead of the regular ambush, I think I'd have been much happier with it. I probably wouldn't be getting rid of it, because I do still have a use for a platform, but I just don't have a use for one this big. As far as the packability, we talked about the sticks at the beginning of this video, and it doesn't work great with 17s, but if you're running the 14-inch doubles, I think it'd work better. It'd be a more compact system to pack together. I think you could wear it with those backpack straps. Also, I think this would work a lot better with the single step sticks. You wouldn't have them sticking off, you know, those standoffs getting in your back like it does with the doubles. So yeah, all of these are just some of my opinions and some things to consider if you're thinking about getting this platform or looking at what's out there and what's available. There's not a one size fits all solution when you're looking at saddle hunting stuff. Everybody's got the preferences. Everybody does everything a little bit different. But hopefully this video has helped somebody out. Helps you see kind of how it's worked from my experience. So hopefully if there's somebody out there that got some benefit out of this, you know, let me know. Drop a comment below. Hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate you watching it. And I hope you all have a blessed day. And remember to take the roads less traveled.